When I say the word Silicon Valley, what do you think of?
Going to Starbucks.
Privileged.
Rich.
Pretentious.
Rich.
When I say the word Los Gatos, what do you think of?
White people with AirPods.
Beautiful place to live.
Town.
Rich. Snooty.
When I say the word homelessness, what do you think of?
Poor.
Hunger.
Cold.
Depression.
You have been watching this video for 33 seconds. In these 33 seconds, a child has been born into poverty. Almost 60% of Americans will spend at least 1 year below the poverty line. That's more than half. In Los Gatos, less than 1% of the population suffers from poverty. We are surrounded by a bubble of rich, privileged white people. However, that doesn't mean you can't break this bubble. Even in Los Gatos, we still don't have enough resources for our homeless population. Nationwide, 68% of the cities had to turn away homeless families with children because of the lack of available shelter beds. Even with the horrifying statistics, homelessness is getting worse, not better. It has increased by 9% since 2010, and a solution is yet to be found. Homelessness is a complex math problem. While grueling and time-consuming, it is solvable. Many of the people living on the streets today were struck by a personal tragedy and lacked a support system to get help when they needed it. In places like Finland, people who fall into poverty are given a home first and foremost. From there, they have policies and support to help work through mental health problems and family breakdowns. Finland's homeless population has decreased significantly, and now they have little to no people forced to live on the streets. But in the United States, we don't get near enough funding for our homeless, leading to little services provided and making it impossible to implement permanent solutions like Finland did. However, that doesn't mean there aren't plenty of non-profit organizations providing their support. It is crucial for us to provide our support to those organizations. Let me tell you a story. It's a sunny day, and the last thing I want to do is wake up and volunteer. When I arrive, I'm greeted by warm smiles of volunteer managers. And while it sounds cliche, immediately my mood shifts. About 30 minutes later, a large family walks in. They are fluent in Spanish and know very little English. But nevertheless, the family approaches me, and the conversation was definitely majority Spanglish. But even though I wasn't a perfect Spanish speaker, we communicated, and they were able to receive the correct lunch they wanted. Throughout that day, I met countless of people, and was able to communicate with them regardless of their religion, race, language, or beliefs. Like all of us, they were different, but the same. They were suffering an adversity I could never imagine going through. They all knew the struggle of facing the mistakes they made, not knowing where their next meal would come, freezing in the frigid weather on a winter night, but they also knew joy, because every time I served them food, they smiled and thanked me. Without places like these, homeless people would be hopeless and helpless. So we need to push for more funds toward homelessness. But in the meantime, it's important to help support the services, providing help to those who are already struck by the poverty. I urge each and every one of you to continue to volunteer to help those in need. Because when you have nothing, you need a little help, even if it's just one meal, to make something.